Hi guys, today I am going to explain you on Guthrie bacterial inhibition assay test. Basically, Guthrie bacterial inhibition assay is done for screening phenylketonuria babies. So the phenylketonuria, so let me just give you a brief introduction to phenylketonuria. Phenylketonuria is because of deficiency of phenylalanine hydroxylase enzyme. Deficiency or mutation in a gene coding for this enzyme will give classic phenylketonuria, whereas there is another kind of phenylketonuria called non-classic phenylketonuria, and that's because of deficiency or defect in dihydropteridine reductase enzyme. Anyway, so the phenylketonuria is all newborns are screened for phenylketonuria. How the screening is done? So one of the screening tests that we use is Guthrie bacterial inhibition assay. So that I am going to explain you today. It is simply called as Guthrie test. What they do in this particular test? Basically, a blood sample is taken from the baby by heel prick method. So in heel prick method, what they do, it is done like at 6th or 7th day after birth. It's just because we will give 1 week time for the phenylalanine content to come down. So before I explain Guthrie test, let me give you the normal range for blood phenylalanine level. Okay, so from birth, at the time of birth to 1 week, blood phenylalanine level will be 2 to 4 milligrams per 100 ml of blood, that is per deciliter. Now more than 1 week means after 1 week, so it will be less than 1 milligram per deciliter. 1 week after, normal blood phenylalanine levels will be less than 1 milligram per deciliter, whereas in PKU, phenylketonuria patients, it will be more than 16 milligrams per deciliter. This is the normal range. Means normal range in two states, and then in phenylketonuria. During birth, like from birth to 1 week, it is between 2 to 4 milligram per deciliter. More than 1 week, less than 1 milligram per deciliter, and then PKU patients, more than 16 milligram per deciliter. Now, when the Guthrie test is done, it is done at 7th day, 6th to 7th day. Means by 7th day, your phenylalanine, blood phenylalanine level will fall nearer to 1 milligram per deciliter. Obviously, it will be less than 2 to 4 milligram per deciliter at the end of 7th day. So, most of the time we take the blood sample at 7th day. Okay, so the blood sample is taken by heel prick method on a filter paper, and that is sent to the laboratory. So, in the laboratory, that blood spot is taken and it will be placed on the petri dish, which has got agar media, and within that agar media, so the bacterial spores are taken, will be placed. So I'll write a blood sample here with the color here. So this is the blood sample that has been placed on the agar media, and now the spores of Bacillus subtilis, the spores that are used is from the Bacillus subtilis. Bacillus subtilis spores are taken, and then on this agar media, beta-2-thioenolalanine, is added. Now on the petri dish with the agar media, we have taken Bacillus subtilis spores, then beta-2-thioenolalanine is added to that, and then you have added a blood sample, okay, taken from the baby at 7th week. Okay, now if the baby's blood phenylalanine level is less than 2 to 4 milligram per deciliter, means after 1 week it should fall below 2 to 4 milligram per deciliter. So I'll write it as, say, if the phenylalanine is less than 2 to 4 milligrams per deciliter, what will happen? At this phenylalanine concentration, so we generally don't see the growth of Bacillus subtilis. Why you don't see the colonies? You don't see the colonies. If the blood phenylalanine level is less than 2 to 4 milligram per deciliter, you don't see any growth of Bacillus subtilis. You don't see the colonies in the agar media. Why you don't see? It's because the beta-2 thioenolalanine, this chemical, it has got an inhibitory effect on Bacillus subtilis spores. Means spores don't germinate. Okay, that is why there is no growth. You don't see any colonies. That means baby is normal. If you don't see colonies, it means the baby is fine. Phenylalanine concentration in the blood is fine and is a normal baby. Means baby do not have phenylketonuria. That's what it means. No colonies means no phenylketonuria. That's as simple as that. No colonies, no phenylketonuria. No PKU. Phenylketonuria is PKU. Now let's see what if the baby has got phenylketonuria. If the baby is having phenylketonuria, obviously the phenylalanine concentration will be 16 milligram, more than 16 milligram per deciliter. So it means blood phenylalanine level will be more. So I'll make it as more than 4 milligram per deciliter. More than 4 milligram. If the phenylalanine is more than 4 milligram, obviously it will be more than 16 milligram in PKU. So upper range is 4 here. So I'm writing it as more than 4 milligram. So whenever the blood phenylalanine concentration is more than 4 milligram per deciliter, at that particular concentration, phenylalanine itself will have a negative effect on beta-2 thioenolalanine. So excess phenylalanine in high concentration, whenever the concentration of phenylalanine in the blood is more than 4 milligram per deciliter, at that time phenylalanine will inhibit beta-2 thioenolalanine function. Means it is going to inhibit beta-2 thioenolalanin's inhibitory effect on Bacillus subtilis spores. So high concentration of phenylalanine will inhibit inhibitory effect of beta-2 thioenolalanine on Bacillus subtilis. It means inhibition of beta-2 thioenolalanine on Bacillus subtilis spores is taken off, because phenylalanine is inhibiting beta-2 thioenolalanine at high concentration. Whenever it is at high concentration, it means Bacillus subtilis spores, they germinate. Okay, once they germinate, so you can see the colonies. So you see the bacterial colonies. So appearance of bacterial colonies in the agar plate, it is a positive sign. It means when you see the colonies, presence of colonies means PKU, phenylketonuria. That's the positive test. So negative test means no colonies, it means baby is fine. Positive test means colonies, baby is suspected to have phenylketonuria. So this is a screening test. Any test which comes out to be positive, any Guthrie test which is positive, that particular sample, blood sample should be sent to the higher laboratories for confirmatory test. Confirmatory test is done using HPLC based method. HPLC is high performance liquid chromatography based tests are done, and in that test the exact quantity or the exact amount of phenylalanine is estimated in the blood itself. Now if HPLC is available in the hospital, so you can directly do HPLC test. The only thing, it is costly, and also you need to have the test available there in the hospital. If the hospital do not have HPLC based mechanism to quantitate phenylalanine, so they will use this screening test first, that is Guthrie bacterial inhibition assay test. Any samples that comes out to be positive, so they will be sent later to HPLC based methods for direct quantitation of phenylalanine. So that's all about screening and confirmation for phenylketonuria. Thanks for watching.